While Diesel was away at York, the Fat Controller had made arrangements with Stepney's Railway, the Bluebell Railway on the mainland, for a shunting engine. Her name was Rosie, and she's a Southern Railway USA class tank engine. Her class was shipped to Europe to await the invasion back in the 1940s. After the war, she worked at Southampton docks until she was withdrawn from service and was purchased by a private preservation company and then to the Bluebell Railway, and after that, restored by the Fat Controller's workmen at Crovansgate. At the big station, the Fat Controller was there waiting. Thomas was there as well, but he gave a very stern look at Rosie. "Welcome to the North Western Railway, Rosie," announced the Fat Controller. "I hope you'll find your stay well." "I will, sir. I've heard about your railway from Stepney for years and like to meet you and your engines. It's an honor." Then she looked towards Thomas. "You must be Thomas. Stepney told me all about you and your expertise on branch lines. You must teach me one day if I ever have one," she giggled. "Well, you're not having mine," snapped Thomas. Rosie didn't have time to question Thomas as the little blue engine puffed away. Rosie proved to be a success towards the mainline engines. All the coaches and trucks behaved well, and not a shed of complaint from any of the passengers, as all the trains ran to time. Later that night, all the engines were praising her effort. Rosie was rather bashful. "Thank you," she said nervously. She had never been praised by her efforts during her working days. "I was thinking about Thomas and what he did earlier today. I was joking about having a branch line as Stepney kept talking about him back on the Bluebell line. And he snubbed me. Is there anything that Thomas had against me?" None of the other engines had any idea about Thomas's outburst, so they haven't the foggiest, which left Rosie more in thought. The next day, Toby arrived at the big station to collect some trucks. He could see Rosie in a siding looking very sad and tired. "What's the matter, Rosie?" he asked. "The Fat Controller put me in a siding as I shunted the coaches and trucks late for the engines. I was up all night thinking about Thomas's sour appearance at me yesterday." "I think I know why. The Fat Controller told me about it." "Really?" asked Rosie in surprise. "It's her classmates. They've replaced Thomas's brothers and sisters, the E2s, resulting in them to be scrapped. Thomas is the only one left of his kind, and by his sour face, it's because her kind is here, and it brings back many sad memories. And he thinks his class were replaced because they are in favours of stronger shunters." But it's not my idea. I'm very sorry to hear about that. I hope I can tell him he needs to realize that the past is in the past and there's nothing we can do." "Quite right," agreed Toby. "But Thomas is not that bad." The Fat Controller overheard the conversation, so he went back to his office and made plans. Later that day, the Fat Controller came to see Rosie. Rosie, I want you to double head tomorrow's morning goods train with Thomas. Yes, sir, said Rosie nervously. She was worried to meet Thomas again. The next morning, Thomas was fuming as he was waiting at the harbour yard. Why do I need her, he seethed. I can do it much better on my own. Well, tough luck, Thomas. The Fat Controller made up his mind. Nothing we could do. Rosie backed down and was coupled up to Thomas. Then the two tank engines puffed away. As they puffed through the Sudrian countryside, Rosie spoke first. I was wondering why you don't like my presents when I came here a couple of days ago, Thomas. But now I do. Stow it and pay attention, said Thomas rudely. They had to stop at a station. Boko had gone off the line after delivering the midnight goods. Thomas, Toby told me about your classmates. I'm not stronger than you, Thomas, and some of my classmates aren't as lucky as well. Only 6 of us were preserved. We're really bought by the Southern Railway because our wheels can go around the tight curves at Southampton Harbor, not because of who's stronger. Not everyone is lucky, and despite our loss, the past isn't the past. We shouldn't let theories worry our minds either. We should let our brothers and sisters rest in peace. Thomas felt bad. He now understands about Rosie and her classmates' fate too. He felt silly to hold such a theory. I'm sorry, Rosie. I understand that your classmates weren't lucky as well. You are right. We should let our brothers and sisters rest in peace. I'm sorry to hold a grudge against you. Rosie felt very pleased. And the two engines chatted like old friends as they made their way to the big station at the end of the line.